Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about standards, meeting standards, and exceeding standards. And a conversation I've had to have 3 times. 3 times I had the exact same conversation. All 3 times was with a newly minted person, somebody who has just woken up, become politically engaged. And they're the allies, but the type that have put in the work, the type that have shown up. And the day comes, the verdict comes down, it doesn't feel like a win. Yeah, I bet not. I bet it doesn't. Because it's really not a win. If you're grading performance, you really have 3 options. You have fails to meet standards, exceed standards. In this case, once charges were brought, meet standards. But that's the starting point. Standards are the starting point. If you want a better society, standards are the bare minimum. I bet that doesn't feel like a win. Not unless you are personally connected to this case. And if we're really being honest with ourselves, it didn't meet standards either. Because we have to think about all the political pressure that had to be brought to bear to get to this point. Standards would be when some unjustified event occurs and everything just swings into motion on its own without political pressure. You shouldn't have to fight to get the bare minimum, the standard. In this case, American society failed to meet standards to get the bare minimum. Exceeding standards, where we want to get to, that's when it doesn't happen anymore. That's the society we want. That's where we want to get to. And we're a long way off from that. Doesn't mean you can't dream about it. But you have to acknowledge we have to continue to work to get there. So if you are a newly minted ally, you cannot get discouraged just because it wasn't as gratifying as you thought it might be. Because there's a lot of work to be done and there are a lot of people counting on you. Right now, we are so used to failing to meet standards that when things almost function the way they should, we expect to feel overjoyed. But then we start to think about it and realize that it's still not working. We aren't there. We aren't even getting the bare minimum. And yeah, that does mean that there's a lot of work still to be done. But that's not a reason to get discouraged. That's a reason to recommit. To realize that society needs you. There are people counting on you. So if this was the first time that you got politically engaged, that you became a real ally, that you put in the work, you cannot stop. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.